Okay, so I'm back. I'm starting another painting. This painting is a 36 by 48. I'll get up a little closer to show you the details of my rough sketch that is on the canvas in just a minute for those who may have some questions. So initially what I do when I start my paintings is, again, I go through and I do a rough sketch. It does not have to be perfect by any means, but I do like it to be accurate as far as where I want everything to be. My paint is going to cover all of that up anyways, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And after I do the sketch, then I go in and I do what I like to call, well, it's an underpainting, but it's definitely one of my favorite processes because I know that once I get to this level where I'm actually going in to do the underpainting, I am committed to my sketch, I'm committed to my idea, and I'm committed to starting. One thing I'm not going to do is sit and look at a underpainting canvas for too long. Maybe a day or two, but not too much longer after I do this initial part. So with time, I've come up with a different way to do my underpainting. I used to mix my underpainting on my paint palette, but now what I do is I get a cup of water and whatever choice of underpainting I'm going to do, I will pour it into this cup. Pretty much, underpainting is just a very thin layer of paint, almost like water painting. Pretty much, that's what you're doing. So, okay. Now, a lot of the paint, this is acrylic paint that I'm using. A lot of the paint is going to be at the bottom. I'm going to go in with a paintbrush and mix it up. And what I did with my last painting is I kept my underpainting water the whole process, because what I noticed is, like, if I felt like something could have had a little darker tint to it after I done my session that day, I go over it with the underpainting water, and by the time it dries, it tones it down very, like, subtle. My last underpainting water was gray, like a light gray tone, and it helped me to, like, do very nice gradients on the portrait's teeth and eyes and things like that. So now that I've mixed up my underpainting water, I'm just going to go right in and start putting it on. Doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. Now, what I will say already that I can tell is this underpainting water is a little too light. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in, I'm going to add some more paint to it. I'd rather it be this way and me trying it out and having to add to it, because of course, you can't take it away. Okay. All this is like a sticky clump of paint that was in the bottle. This portion of the canvas is going to be like a night sky anyway, so I don't mind it being so dark right here. I'm just going to take that little extra clump, get rid of it. Okay. The subject is again my collector. I tease him because I say he's conceited because he likes images of himself. But it's okay. This theme is a anime warrior theme. We did a consultation together and picked out some really nice references of like different things we wanted to incorporate. And I put them together a couple times before I really loved it. The first time I made it, I went through with him and showed him. And we made a few changes to his posing, his posture, and to the warrior's like outfit or uniform. It'll have a big red moon, which is over here. And by the way, everything is going to get painted with this underpainting. All this is like really doing is so you're not working on a completely like just a white background to do everything. It's going to give it again, depending on what color you want to use the most of, but it's just going to give you undertone that you can play off of during your painting. So if majority of your stuff is going to be brown, your underpainting should be like brown or red. Like I said, this is a night theme, so blue was the best option for me without it being too dark. I didn't want to go purple. I didn't want to go like a shade of dark, like a shade of black or anything like that. And it will usually go by faster with the bigger brush. But I did it in this cup, this smaller cup, just so you can kind of see the color and the mixture of what I'm doing instead of using like my big painter's cup. I'm going to show you. Usually I would do an underpainting with this brush right here. Definitely get more coverage quicker. I will say too, your brushes do matter. Your canvas does matter as far as like the quality. It's going to make a difference in your work. You get cheap brushes, you'll notice. You get cheap canvas, you'll notice. It'll just be harder to work with. But I think I'll leave it here. I'm not sure if I'm going to give you progress videos as I go. If you like them, comment below and let me know how you feel about that. And I'll do it just for you. And that's it. I'll be back with the details of this finished process in a moment. Compared to how much I used from the beginning to here, the cup was like almost full. To avoid little drips like this, I'm going to go over the whole canvas to get all the excess water off. And that's just to avoid any more dripping that might happen when I walk away, because it's going to dry and leave those drip marks. But again, it really doesn't matter. But in some spots it will, if you were planning to play off of it. Make sure you have a drip cloth to avoid, again, like I said, any drips getting on your floor if you're in a space that you have to maintain that. And I'm going to let this dry and revisit it in a few days. My next step is going to be what I call the blackout phase. Again, if you'd like me to make a video and showing you how I go about doing that, just drop your comment below. And that's it for now. I'll show you the up close details of this. And I'm also going to share with you my vision of it as well. Pretty much my rough sketch, what I show the client, what I have to myself to like look at and reference as I go on and get started. So enjoy the rest of your day.